Hello and a very warm welcome to Science Monitor, your weekly update on what's happening in the field of science, technology, research and innovation. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you. From experts' views on continuous seismic activity around Delhi to an Android-based mobile app to visualize air pollutants in our surroundings, we have plenty in store for you. So let us begin with the headlines. Many mild earthquakes recorded near Delhi in the last 2 months. We will see what seismology experts say about the continuous seismic activity. New diagnostic test for Covid19. Indian researchers develop artificial intelligence-based testing technique. Monsoon reaches India on time. Normal rainfall forecast in the country, a good news for the farmers. And air pollution visualizer app developed by IIT-Tirupati uses augmented reality to provide an interactive and live experience of air pollutants in the surroundings. The top story this week. The national capital has felt around 15 low-intensity earthquake tremors in the past 2 months. In the middle of the pandemic, these tremors have added to the worries of the people who have been advised to stay at home and follow the lockdown guidelines. We talked to seismology experts to know the reasons behind the seismic activity and also to find out whether these tremors can be taken as a precursor to a big earthquake in the region. Let us see the report to know the details.
Earthquake, a natural phenomenon that can shake a very large area on the earth. Our past experiences with this disaster are a proof how devastating this phenomenon can be. Therefore, we shudder even at the mention of an earthquake. In the last 2 months, Delhi and its surrounding areas have felt more than 15 tremors. Although majority of these tremors were of a low magnitude on the Richter scale, yet the recurrent geological upheavals were enough to spread the fear and the rumors of an impending big earthquake. Many reports quoted some researchers who indicated that these tremors might be the pre-shocks to a big earthquake in the region. According to Seismic Zone Map, Delhi and its surrounding areas fall under Zone 4, which is considered a high-risk seismic zone. But if we look at the verified records, the city of Delhi itself has never been an epicenter of a big earthquake, though it has experienced many earthquakes due to its proximity with the earthquake-prone areas like the Himalayas. According to the experts, Delhi is surrounded by fault lines situated in nearby areas, so the seismic activity around Delhi is quite frequent. Therefore, minor and moderate earthquakes are not new to this area. But these tremors are not enough for accurate prediction of an earthquake in the region.
जो ये ट्रेमर्स आए हैं, जो माइनर अर्थक्वेक्स बोलते हैं इनको हम, ये दिल्ली के चारों तरफ या कुछ फॉल्ट लाइंस हैं, जैसे कि एक देहरादून महेंद्रगढ़ फॉल्ट है, उसके अलोंग जो रोहतक के आसपास जो इवेंट आई हैं 2-4 वो उसके अलोंग आई हैं। दूसरी एक ग्रेटर नोएडा के जो हरियाणा बॉर्डर पे आई थी वो मथुरा फॉल्ट है, एक दिल्ली मथुरा फॉल्ट उसके अलोंग आई है। ऐसे ही दूसरे फॉल्ट हैं। जहाँ तक प्रिडिक्शन या फोरकास्टिंग का सवाल है, there is no any scientific technique to predict an earthquake with respect to space, time and magnitude. मतलब कहाँ, कितना बड़ा और कब, ये तीनों चीज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट हैं। ये अभी तक कोई साइंटिफिक टेक्निक नहीं ईजाद हो पाई है, नॉट इन इंडिया, ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड।
The tectonic plates present on our Earth are in a state of continuous motion. So when two adjoining plates collide with each other or rub against each other, energy is generated in the form of waves or vibrations that are felt on the Earth. This is known as an earthquake. If the intensity of these waves is strong and lasts for a long time, then these tremors can cause heavy damage to the structures, leading loss of life and property. The possibility of such intensity is more along the fault lines where boundaries of the two different plates join. According to scientific theory, the Himalayas were formed when the Indian tectonic plate collided with the Eurasian plate and slipped under it. As per the seismology data, India is currently divided into 4 zones, where Zone 5 is considered the most vulnerable to the earthquakes, which includes the Himalayan region. Although Delhi and its surrounding areas are situated on the Indian plate, but there is no major fault line in this area. So, the possibility of a big earthquake in Delhi is quite low.
दिल्ली में जो भूकंप आते हैं वो प्लेट के अंदर है, वहाँ पे कोई 2 प्लेट का कोई टकराव नहीं है, वहाँ पे एक ही प्लेट है जो कि अंदर से थोड़ी बहुत डिफॉर्म होती है, जिसकी वजह से छोटे-छोटे अर्थक्वेक आते हैं। जनरली आप देखेंगे कि जो दिल्ली के आसपास दिल्ली है, हिसार, सोनीपत, अलवर, माउंट आबू, राइट अप टू माउंट आबू, इस पूरी बेल्ट में हर महीने कम से कम 2 या 3 अर्थक्वेक मैग्नीट्यूड मोर देन 2.5 के आते हैं, हर महीने आते हैं। आज की तारीख में वो बैकग्राउंड लेवल हम लोग उससे ज़्यादा नहीं है, उसके आसपास ही है, थोड़ा बहुत ज़्यादा हो सकता है, जो कि मैंने कहा कि उतार चढ़ाव होता है। तो ये सोचना कि ये जो लगातार भूकंप आ रहे हैं, ये क्या किसी बड़े अर्थक्वेक की संभावना को व्यक्त करते हैं, वो मेरे ख्याल से ठीक नहीं होगा।
To keep a track of geological movements, observatories have been set up all over the world. India has a network of observatories under National Seismology Center, Ministry of Earth Sciences, which collects seismic data round the clock. The data is studied and published from time to time and provides material for further research on the subject. We should understand that earthquakes are a complex phenomenon and originate from deep down the earth, so we can neither predict them nor rule them out completely. Therefore, we should always take appropriate measures to minimize the loss during such disasters.
Indian researchers at IIT-Hyderabad have come up with an innovative diagnostic kit to combat Covid-19. The researchers have developed a quick and portable test kit powered by artificial intelligence. The kit gives results within 20 minutes without using RT-PCR, which is presently considered the gold standard in testing for Covid-19. Let us see the report to know more about this innovation.
Accurate and timely detection of Covid-19 is very important to contain the disease as well as to cure the infection. And for this purpose, Science and Technology Institutes of India have developed various kinds of diagnostic kits in the recent months. In this series, researchers from the Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad, have developed a new testing kit for Covid-19, which is powered by artificial intelligence to detect the infection more quickly.
At IIT-Hyderabad, namely 2 most important students, Surya and Supraja, had developed a novel corona test kit. This test kit is actually first in kind in the world, and nobody in the world had approached this way. So the most important feature of this test kit is it can be RT-PCR free.
The most accurate standard of testing at present is considered to be reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction, which is also known as RT-PCR. But the kit developed by IIT-Hyderabad does not require RT-PCR and produces results in just around 20 minutes for symptomatic as well as asymptomatic patients. The kit has already been field tested at ESIC Medical College and Hospital in Hyderabad to ascertain its efficiency.
As you all know, RT-PCR is one technology which is actually a standard technology through which we are able to detect this coronavirus. But these are bulky, they require lengthy process, and hence it consumes lots of time and money. However, we have cut across all these things, and without any RT-PCR, without any lengthy process, we can actually detect it. And because of this, we actually reduce the cost, we reduce the time, and we actually also reduce the requirement of expert manpower.
The test kit was developed under the leadership of Professor Shiv Govind Singh of the Department of Electrical Engineering at the Institute, and the team includes Dr. Suryasnata Tripathi and PhD student Patta Supraja. This innovative test kit can be transported quickly for conducting the tests at the point of care and will cost only Rs 350 per kit when produced at a mass level. After receiving the approval from ICMR for mass production of the kit, the team also plans to patent the device.
It is time for a short break now. Do stay with us. We'll be back with more reports.
Myth: the new coronavirus can be transmitted through mosquito bites. To date, there has been no information or evidence to suggest that the new coronavirus could be transmitted by mosquitoes. The new virus is a respiratory virus. Myth: hand dryers are effective in killing the new virus. That's not right. To protect yourself against COVID-19, you should frequently clean your hands with an alcohol-based hand rub or wash them with soap and water. Myth: spraying alcohol or chlorine all over your body will kill the new virus. No, spraying alcohol or chlorine all over your body will not kill viruses that have already entered your body, but it can be harmful to your eyes and mouth.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Science Monitor. As per the forecast of India Meteorological Department, this year monsoon has arrived in India at the right time. Entering from Kerala, now it is progressing slowly towards the rest of the country. India gets around 70% of its annual rainfall during the monsoon season, and it is crucial not only for key kharif crops like rice, pulses and oilseeds, but also for recharging groundwater and other water reservoirs. Let us see our report on monsoon and its significance.
The monsoon arrived in India and made its presence felt at the right time this year. All look forward to monsoon, but farmers wait eagerly for this season as key kharif crops are heavily dependent on adequate rainfall. And as per the forecast of the Meteorological Department, the monsoon is going to be fairly normal this year. Compared to the previous years, this time monsoon is reaching other parts of the country a week earlier, leaving some parts of central and eastern India. India has two monsoon seasons. First is the southwest monsoon, which lasts from June and October, and the second is northeast monsoon, which comes between November and January. The monsoon is caused by differing temperature trends over the land and ocean. During summers, the sun is just above the equator, and this raises the temperature of the Indian Ocean. As a result, the water evaporates and increases the humidity in the air, which helps in the formations of clouds. So, the monsoon or the seasonal and moisture-laden winds become active. At the same time, the temperature of the land is higher than the ocean. So, when the air rises up, an area of low pressure is formed, creating a void. Moisture-laden winds from the Indian Ocean come to fill up this void, and this helps the cloud from the southern part of the Indian Ocean to move towards Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. The temperature drops as the clouds gain altitude, which brings about rain. In India, this condition lasts for 4 months from June to September. However, even before the arrival of monsoon, some parts do get pre-monsoon showers. The southwest arrives in 2 branches. Through the Arabian Sea branch, it reaches Mumbai, Gujarat and then Rajasthan. And through Bay of Bengal branch, it reaches West Bengal, Bihar and the northeastern states. Thereafter, it collides with the Himalayas and moves towards northern plains. Normally, monsoon reaches Kerala by 1st June after visiting Andaman and Nicobar Islands. By the 7th of June, it reaches Kolkata, and via Arabian Sea it reaches Mumbai by 10th of June. In the first week of June, the monsoon reaches Assam and collides with the Himalayas and then turns towards the west. During first or second week of July, it covers the whole country. This cycle lasts till September. Rajasthan gets the lowest rainfall for the last 1.5 months, and from here, the monsoon returns. Kerala receives the maximum rainfall where this season lasts till October. Monsoon is an important cycle of the nature. It not only plays a big role in replenishing the water reservoirs on the land, but also in strengthening our economy. It is crucial for monsoon-based farming as well as for sectors like hydropower generation.
How will you react if someone claims to see and recognize different air pollutants in the surroundings? Well, you should not take it as a joke, as Indian researchers have actually developed an app to realize the same. Using augmented reality, IIT-Tirupati has come up with an Android-based app to visualize and track air pollution in your immediate surroundings. The researchers hope that this app will go a long way in raising awareness around air pollution. Let us see the report to know more about this interesting app.
Air pollution remains a major problem for the whole world. Over the years, human activities have added many kinds of air pollutants to the air, and this has transformed cities like Delhi into gas chambers. Whether we are at home or outside, the air pollutants are present everywhere and are entering our body with our every breath. Clearly, a lot needs to be done to create more awareness about the harmful effects of air pollutants to inspire people to adopt air-friendly practices. To realize this goal, the students of Indian Institute of Technology, Tirupati, have given an interesting dimension to the problem by developing an Android-based app that helps in visualizing the air pollutants in our surroundings.
We used augmented reality and we developed this app which visualizes air pollutants. We take data from Central Pollution Control Board, through which it will show the visualized air pollutants in a space of around 500 meters through a camera feed. So while this is not live data per se, this is essentially, it shows a visualization for different molecules, different pollutants, different sizes, different colors and structures, which can give a feel for people like what is the kind of pollution that is there around.
The Air Pollution Visualizer app is an initiative of Research and Intelligence Software and Human Analytics Lab, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, IIT Tirupati, and is developed by a student, Noble Saji Matthews, mentored by Dr. Sridhar Chimlak Kondai, with collaboration with Professor Suresh Jain from the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. According to the researchers, this app gives a lively and interactive experience using augmented reality. The GPS imagines the air pollutants present in the user's area based on the data released by the Central Pollution Control Board, and also informs them about their sources and health hazards.
Actually, what we do is we take the data from Central Pollution Control Board for over 130 stations across India. Now, what one can do is when they are using the app, they can click on the pollutants. So you'll see the pollutants in front of you. You can click on it. The moment you click on it, we'll say what is the pollution, what are the allowed values for it, what are the health hazards of it, where does it emerge from. So we provide detailed information about each of the pollutants. So when you're moving around your place, you can click on different pollutants and get more information about what that pollutant is, where is it coming from. And we also use color coding to indicate what is the zone. Is it in a danger zone? Is it hazardous? Is it safe? Is it moderate? And so on.
This app visualizes important air pollutants like PM10, PM2.5, NO2, SO2, CO, 3 and NH3. By clicking on a particular pollutant, one can get complete information about it, like its sources and health hazards. This app can be used in 130 stations across the country linked with Central Pollution Control Board. The app is available on popular Play stores and works on devices that support augmented reality core. The app is an interesting and interactive way of creating awareness about air pollution.
It is time for another short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.
Namaskar, this is Amitabh Bachchan. The novel coronavirus or Covid19 disease can be stopped. Together, we can do it. All we need to do is to take some basic precautions. Whenever you cough or sneeze, always cover your mouth with a handkerchief or a tissue. Throw the used tissues into a closed dustbin immediately. Don't touch your eyes, nose, mouth unnecessarily. Wash your hands with soap more frequently and for at least 20 seconds. Avoid participating in large gatherings. If you have a cough, fever, or difficulty in breathing, avoid close contact with anyone. Visit the nearest health facility or your doctor immediately if you have any of these symptoms. Cover your mouth and nose using a mask or a cloth at this time. For more information, contact the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, whose helpline is 011-239-78046. Help us to help you.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Science Monitor. And now let's have a quick look at some other developments that have made news in the field of science and technology in our segment, Science Express.
The India Meteorological Department's accurate forecast and updates on super cyclone Amphan have been applauded by the World Meteorological Organization, an agency of the United Nations. In a letter addressed to IMD Director General Mrityunjay Mohapatra, the WMO Secretary General appreciated the accurate prediction of genesis, track, intensity, landfall point, time, and associated weather conditions that helped immensely in early response and actions. The agency commended IMD for aiding India's neighboring nations with accurate forecasts and preventing further loss of life and property. It should be noted that IMD's predictions and updates were sent to 13 countries to help them prepare for damage, and Bangladesh and Singapore were outlined as the countries to benefit most from the IMD's predictions. In 2019, IMD received a similar message from WMO for its handling of the cyclone Fani. Bangalore-based Jawaharlal Nehru Centre for Advanced Scientific Research (JNCASR), an autonomous institute of the Department of Science and Technology, has signed an agreement with its incubated company Breathe Applied Sciences for transfer of technology based on lab-scale research on reducing CO2 to methanol and other useful chemicals and fuels. The MOU will highlight the scientific contribution of a research institute translating to the industry to solve the problems associated with renewable energy and environmental pollution, and will also help in developing an indigenous technology in line with government policy. The event was attended by Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao, President JNCASR Professor GU Kulkarni, besides others associated with the centre and the research. Palampur-based CSIR Institute of Himalayan Bioresource Technology (IHBT) and the Department of Agriculture, Government of Himachal Pradesh have decided to work together to increase the production of saffron and asafoetida in the country. Saffron and hing, asafoetida, are the most valuable spices of the world and are used widely in Indian cuisine. In India, the annual demand for saffron is 100 tons per year, but its average production is about 6 to 7 tons per year. Hence, a large amount of saffron is being imported. Similarly, there is no production of hing in India, and currently about 1200 tons of raw hing worth rupees 600 crore is being imported from Afghanistan, Iran and Uzbekistan. CSIR IHBT will introduce these crops in Himachal Pradesh. According to the institute, a total of 750 acres of land will be covered under these crops in the state in the next 5 years. For successful cultivation of the crops, the institute will set up corn production centers of saffron and seed production centers of asafoetida, and will also train farmers and officers of the agriculture department. According to the 2020 hydropower status report, India has overtaken Japan as the 5th largest hydropower producer in the world. The recently released report published by the London-based International Hydropower Association (IHA) states that India has a total installed capacity now standing at over 50 gigawatt after Canada, US, Brazil and China. According to data put out in the report, global hydropower installed capacity reached 1,308 gigawatt in 2019 as 50 countries completed greenfield and upgrade projects, including pumped storage. The report presents latest worldwide installed capacity and generation data showcasing the sector's contribution to global carbon reduction efforts.
And that is all in today's edition of Science Monitor. Do tell us how do you like our program. You can send your feedback and suggestions through email. Our email ID is news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write in to us at Vigyan Prasar, 5th floor, Prithvi Bhavan, Lodhi Road, New Delhi, 110003. We'll meet you again next week with new information and developments. Till then, stay safe and think scientifically. Bye-bye.